I don't want to echo a lot of what has been said, but some of you might roll your eyes a little bit. I'm a past fundraiser for nonprofits. I'm a lifelong resident of Connecticut. My family is considered one of the founding families of Easton. You're going to hear my grandfather's name a lot. Chairman Moore, you may know who he is. I brought a visual prop. They wouldn't let me bring it in. It was too big. I'm going to read you something from the Sam P. Senior Memorial Park. I am from Easton. You've heard a lot of people from Easton. I know them all: Dana, June, Tony, Jeff. The major part of Easton's terrain is a watershed dedicated to the conservation of one of our most precious resources, water. Follows night as follows day that this park should be named after Sam P. Senior, a brilliant visionary engineer, past president, chairman of the board of the Bridgeport Hydraulic Company. Sam Senior led the planning construction of a complex and very effective water supply system. To this day, provides water to now, I believe, over 800,000 people from Strap Falls, Stratford, Bridgeport, right down to the Greenwich shoreline. Starting in 1901 as an engineer and superintendent, Sam Senior went on to become president and chairman of the board. His connection to the company brought a significant change in its policy of construction and expansion. Providing reviews were given by a gentleman named Eva H. Warner, who became vice president in 1903. From the beginning of World War I in 1914 to the end of that war, the company grew rapidly and kept growing. As a visionary engineer and leader, Sam Senior played a paramount role in assuring our local water supply. Every reservoir in our area was built under his direction and supervision. He saw to it that whenever you turned on the faucet, you got high quality water, whenever you wanted it and as much as you wanted it. Large storage based on high elevations in sparsely populated areas were interconnected for safety amidst thousands of acres of forests and wetlands. All of this acting like a giant sponge and an ingenious system of aquifers that cleanse and purify by keeping contaminants out of the water and the water supply, excuse me. Trap Falls was completed in 1904. The Hemlock Reservoir was completed in 1914, just in time to save the area from a water shortage. Easton Lake was put into service in 1926 after being delayed from World War I, I believe. Through Sam Senior's efforts, the tremendous task of building a network of pipes connecting the Saugatuck Reservoir, 23 billion gallons in Weston, to the Aspetuck Reservoir in Easton started in 1929 and was completed in 1942. This reservoir responded directly to the needs of Bridgeport industries during
Your time has expired. Can you please summarize?
Yes, sir. The Aspetuck, Hemlocks, and Easton Lake and Saugatuck Reservoir define the town of Easton to this day. This isn't about my grandfather. This is about the amount of people that the water system serves. Easton is a fragile ecosystem. I've watched it develop. I watched my dad build 19 roads on my grandfather's farms. I'm for HB 533 and the further study and the exemption, possible exemption. I think it should be exemption of the watershed communities, because watershed is not being produced. Once it's damaged, it's gone forever. It cannot be cleaned. Thank you very much for your time. That's it. This was my virgin run. I drove an hour and a quarter up here. It was well worth the wait. I found you all engaging. The gentleman from New Canaan, the lady from Lynette, from Goshen, sister watershed towns. I really appreciate the feedback I've heard from you, Mr. Paletta, that there is more discussion and research going on. I've heard compelling testimony. Yes, there is a crisis. It has to be addressed. We're being overpopulated. But for me, I'm here all about my family, my grandfather's legacy. It's all about the water. And Chairman Moore, you being a Bridgeport resident, you know who the Bridgeport Hydraulic Company was, and now it's being sold once again to another company from Eversource. And hopefully it'll fall into the right hands and we have water for all, clean water.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your legacy.